My name is Lauren Bainbridge and I chose to do prompt 1 for module 2. First, let's begin with defining what epistasis is. According to the 6th edition genetics textbook by Benjamin Pierce, epistasis is when one gene masks the effect of another gene at a different locus. This is comparable to dominance, but instead of masking the same locus, it masks the phenotype at a different one. So in this case, the B will mask the A allele. In this case, the B is the epistatic gene to gene A, and because both B alleles are recessive, this would be recessive epistasis. In this case, we're going to be going over single recessive epistasis. In this form, it allows only one set of genes that are recessive to be epistatic to a phenotype at a different locus. Below, you can see the pathway that would occur with this. So, for example, if there was a double A recessive allele, then the pathway would stop there and the organism would have a smiley face in this case. But if there was a big A allele, then it would move on to the sad face. And if there was two recessive little b's, then it would stop at sad face. However, if there was a big B, then it would continue onto the more stoic face. And some examples of this will always end in a ratio of 9:3:4 if it is epistasis. Some examples of this is albinism and coat for colors. So here we can look at a dihybrid cross between big A, big B, little b with another big A, big B, little b. Looking back on our pathway, we can remember that whenever there is two little a's, it stops at a smiley face, but if there's big A, it goes on to the sad face, but then if there's two little b's, it stops at the sad face, but if there's a big B, it goes on to the stoic face. So here we have listed out all of the genotypes with their respective phenotypes that they have, and combining all of the alike phenotypes, we can see that we still get a 9:3:4 ratio, which means epistasis is occurring in this situation. Finally, there's a dihybrid cross between big A, big B, little a, big B, little b. And here we see that there are many less genotypes, and the phenotypes look a lot different because there's always going to be a big B, so there's never going to be a sad face. So here we can see that the ratio is going to be 8 stoic to 8 happy, which is much different than the 9:3:4 that should be with single recessive epistasis. So we can conclude that there is no single recessive epistasis happening in this dihybrid cross.